interactive YouTube live videos, which we're doing as part of our Listening to Lasses project that this is the first week of. We're basically spending this week working as a group of 8 lovely singers and director Miriam Sherwood and vocal artist and actor Amelita Francis. And we've been collaborating together this week, trying to work out what the show's going to be like. And we thought we'd kind of share with you a few different ideas from what the show is going to be. Today, we're going to do a little bit of singing, because I know there'll be some people out there who have probably been desperate to sing with a group, like I have, for many months, and you might still not be able to be singing with a group at this time, because it's a tough time at the moment. So we're going to do a little bit of a just warm-up to start with, basically. A nice kind of physical and vocal warm-up. I'll kind of lead it from here, and then you guys just stay as you are. We're rehearsing under kind of strict COVID guidelines this week, so we've been far away from each other and taking all the necessary precautions. But you're hopefully at home and having a nice time there, so you can be a bit more free, hopefully. Should we just start with some nice nose circles? So just drawing a nice circle round one way of your nose, keeping the back of the neck nice and long. One of the things that can happen when we start to sing is just start to get a bit tense and worry about our own voices. So let's try and be as free as possible from the beginning. It doesn't matter, it's not a test, it's just fun. It's just singing in a room, songs in a room. So just going around the other way now with that circle. Close the eyes if you want. Maybe start to incorporate the breath as well. Breathing in as you go up, perhaps. Breathing out as you come down. But always being aware of the back of the neck as well. Keeping it nice and long even as you look up. So let's find that lovely space. Just bring the head back to the centre. Should we just try some looking from side to side as well? So again, if you think of the neck being as long as possible, as you look from side to side, and then just soften out any hard edges. So when you get to the extreme of what you feel comfortable with, just keep it nice and soft so you're kind of always moving. As if your head's kind of moving through water or something, so it's really nice and free. Lovely. Should we just do some nice shoulder circles as well? Sometimes when I get stressed and think about singing and start to tense up, it's always the shoulders that go first that get kind of tense. So we're trying to keep our shoulders nice and free as well. Just change the direction of the circles, and we'll maybe do your right shoulder backwards, left shoulder forwards, some multitasking for you today. And then your left shoulder forwards, right shoulder backwards. Lovely. Feels bizarre to have my friends and singers just completely silent behind me. So feel free to laugh and things. Okay, I'm just going to shake out as well, which if you're at home you can do. These guys can't. You can just watch them and laugh from the comfort of your living room. I'm also going to do some nice hip circles, just, you know. I definitely don't think they can on the chair. Okay, you can zoom in on them, Miriam, doing some nice hip circles on the chair. Might as well get things nice and sensuous, seeing as we're about to sing Autonomy of Cowra. Alright, so lovely circles round. Just shake out one leg and the other. Just getting into our bodies today. So we're nice and loose and free, and we're ready to go, feeling a bit more awake, hopefully. Alright, a little bit of a vocal warm-up now. Let's start with just taking your voice down to the bottom of the voice, down to a vocal creak, which sounds like this. And it's the lowest place that our voice can go. So just start somewhere in the middle and imagine getting lower and lower and lower, and just then see what happens. So let's try that as a group now. All the way down. Who's got the best vocal creak in the room? That's the question. I think Tom's one's pretty good. Tom, do you want to show us your vocal creak? No pressure. Yes, get a nice zoom in on the body. to want us to do some sirens. Sirens basically being just slides with the voice. And we'll start with maybe just a hum. Let's do that. And then maybe with an NG sound, like the end of the word sing. Just try one going up first and then down, now an NG, and. And the trick with a good warm-up is just to make sure you go to those extremes where you probably wouldn't so much when you're singing, but you can go higher and lower than you think. So just try that again, be more free this time if you want, and. Lovely stuff. That sounds great. Should we try that maybe on a vowel, like a oo to start with? So just an oo going down from the middle first. Ooh, and ooh. I'm not sure whether this way or this way. We're going to stay this way. And then let's just try that oo, starting from the middle, going up, and then all the way back down again. Ready now? Lovely. Good stuff. Super quick one. The last thing we're going to do is just a nice abdominal exercise, which is this, and. Lovely. Do you mind doing that again? And at home, I'm assuming and hoping you're just joining in with all of this at home, by the way. If not, please do! Don't just watch us warm up, that would be very boring. So please join in with this. Just do the same thing again. Try and notice if you're feeling any sensation or tightening in your throat, and then take sensation out of your throat as we do that S, the 3 S's. Let's try that again. Ready, and go. Now. You might find, if you're anything like me, when that happens, that you actually get a bit more bodily movement, a bit more abdominal connection, and that's what we want when we're singing. Less controlling here, and more of a nice full body sensation coming from the abdomen to start with. Let's try that on an SH sound. 1, 2, and yeah, lovely. Should we do like SSS, SH, 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 F, 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 K, K, K? So it'd be like actually we'll end with a T. Okay, should we try that? And going now. Yeah, lovely. A bit faster now and going now. As you go through, do it one more time, and this time as you get through the exercise, just start taking less and less, take more and more pressure off the throat. So by the end you've got a lovely loud sound, but it's nice and supported from the abdomen. Let's try that now and go. Okay, lovely. Okay. Had a cheeky extra shush from Rose. So let's get started with the song. So we're basically hoping to teach you this song. It's called Matona Mia Cara, and it's often thought of as a madrigal, basically just an Italian secular piece. But I would go so far as to say it's actually a villanelle, which is kind of not the character from Killing Eve, although she is amazing. It's like a country or a folk song that lasses probably would have heard at some point, and then set to this tune, basically. And the reason why I wanted to do this one with you is because you don't need sheet music, so you can just do it by ear, which is nice, and we're going to too, so we're not going to be too much enough. In fact, should we just close the copy? Do you remember the chorus? Hopefully. Or maybe we don't. How quick if we need to remember it. But we'll just show you the chorus, which is kind of like this jaunty little tune that this German soldier is singing to a beautiful girl who he is trying to woo. So I'll just sing you the chorus now. And Dum dum dum, dee dee dum 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 dum, dee dee dum 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 dum. Lovely. Just one more time and going now. Dum dum dum, dee dee dum 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 dum. One of the things I've missed ridiculously huge amounts during the lockdown, and still am missing when I'm not lucky enough to be in a room like this, is getting to sing with other people. So maybe we'll just teach you, we're going to actually teach you each line of this chorus that you just heard. And it'd be fun, I think, to sing all 4 lines, and then each time you can sing it with harmony, just so you get that nice sense of singing with harmony. So firstly, our lovely sopranos, Hilary and Sam, are going to just sing us the top tune, which you probably have heard anyway, but here's the top line. Oh, just from the chorus though, so don't probably. Here we go. Dun dun dun, dee dee dun dun. And again. Dun dun dun, dee dee dun 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 dun. So gorgeous. The text is not any language you need to worry about. It's just don don don, diri diri don. If you didn't get that. D-O-N-D-I-R-I. Don don don, diri diri don. So basically like a nothingness, kind of just like singing to yourself. Let's all sing that tune together. Ready? The top tune, and go now. Don don don, diri diri don 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 don. Don don don, diri diri don 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 don. Now your chance at home on your own. That was good. That was good. Round of applause for that. That was brilliant. Next time you do it, can you do it even louder, please? Because I think it's really scary a bit. It's really scary a bit to sing at home, especially if you're like your neighbours next door or something. But just go for it. They will love it. Just go for it. Sing out, sing proud, please. All right. Let's just quickly teach you the next harmony down, which is the lovely alto harmony from Sophie and Rose. Do you want to go for it? And go. Don don don, diri diri don 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 don. Don don don, diri diri don 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 don. Ooh, cheeky last note in that one. Don don don, diri diri don 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 don. And the second time. Don don don, diri diri don 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 don. Okay, so a bit less easy to remember than the top line, but let's all try that together. Everyone, here you go. Now, don don don, diri diri don 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 don. Don don don, diri diri don 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 don. Okay, you may have noticed that I put in a mistake note just to confuse and challenge everyone as a little test, but luckily the singers didn't fall for that challenge. Let's go for it on your own now. Here we go. Ready, and. That was good. Why don't you try that harmony? Sing that harmony, and then we'll sing with you the full harmony. Here we go, and now. Don don don, diri diri don 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 don. Don don don, diri diri don 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 don. Ah, so fun singing harmony. I love it. Okay, so let's try the tenor line. So it doesn't matter if whatever voice part you are at home, just sing every part. That's what I prefer to do. So here's the tenor line by the gorgeous Oscar and the gorgeous work. Okay, here we go. And one and
Don don don, diri diri don 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 don. Don don don, diri diri don 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 don.
Gosh, that sounds quite hard actually. So that's the first half. Just do that with me now.
Don don don, diri diri don 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 don.
I think the first diri diri is quite hard. We have don 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 resolve back to the bass, this kind of lowest note of the chord. So try that again, but then at the end just resolve down to the obvious notes. Let's try that and go. Dum dum dum, dee dee dum 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 dum. Yes. She tried to resolve down to the lowest note, but didn't quite make it that time. Alright, so feel free to sing that a bit higher in your range like I was doing, or if you're a tenor, then just in the middle of your range. One more time for that because it's quite high, everyone. Now. Dum dum dum, dee dee dum 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 dum. Dum dum dum, dee dee dum 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 dum. And with full harmony from the choir, so we can have the lovely full harmony experience going now. And dum dum dum, dee dee dum 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 dum. Dum dum dum, dee dee dum 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 dum. Just had a paranoid thought that this is just not on. Let's check. It is on. Alright, and now just because again it's fun, depending on your interpretation of that word, let's do the bass line. To me it's fun. Let's do the bass line. So the bass line goes with this from the beautiful Tom and the beautiful John. Here you go now and
Dun dun dun, dee dun dun dun. Dun dun dun, dee dun dun dun.
Okay. It sounds gorgeous, lad, but you look a bit dead behind the eyes. So let's look a little bit more happy now. Just because remember we're on camera. Okay, so be happy and the same thing again, basis and going now.
Dun dun dun, dee dun dun dun. Dun dun dun, dee dun dun dun.
Okay, there's kind of a little bit. So in terms of us all learning that, it's just dun dun dun, diri diri, dun dun dun. So get your bottom left side, everybody, and enjoy a large note. Okay, should we just try singing that everyone now? Dun dun dun, diri dun dun dun. Yes, bravo. It's like da 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 da, and then down to a slightly lower place, then up to that note, and the obvious result, your lowest note in the world. Okay, one more time for like everyone, and dum dum dum, dee dum dum dum. And again, dum dum dum, dee dum dum dum. Lovely. So if you're a bass or if you're a alto like me who loves singing the low notes, then please do sing that, and we'll try the harmony, full harmony now. Dum dum dum, dee dum 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 dum. Dum dum dum, dee dum 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 dum. Okay. Now, I don't want to sound patronising, but the hardest thing I think is to find those notes after you've heard like the first verse and then going into that chorus. So we'll just see if we can find those notes. Either you're a lovely soprano, dum 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 dum, which is great. Just sing that tune if you want. But if you feel like you're alto, you love that alto line, dum dum dum, diri diri dum 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 dum, then we're going to try and find that after like the kind of first verse, as it were. So we'll sing you the first verse. We'll talk about the translation a bit later. But for now, let's just sing. So here we go. So from the top, shall we have a go? And I'll lead you in for the chorus. Here we go. And one and Madonna mia cara, mi Madonna mia cara, mi canta sotto finestra, non seguo that tune, and that's cool. But let's see if we can find the other parts just for fun. Maybe we can go from Cantar sotto finestra, please, everyone. And then we're going to stop on Compagnon, and then I'm going to bring you off, and we'll talk about the next note. So here's Cantar, sorry. And one, ah.
Cantar sotto finestra, lancet compagnon.
Listen to that sublime, so you then go to dum dum dum. If you're an alto, you'll go to dum dum dum. So you kind of go down quite far. If you're a tenor, you stay on the same note. Dum dum dum, dibby dibby dum 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 dum. And if you're a bass, from that top note, you can go down to this kind of natural tonic note, number one, the note which seems the most obvious note in the world when you listen to this for a while, because it's number one, the tonic. So hopefully that makes it a tiny bit easier. But if not, then just sing the tune. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is talk a little bit about improvisation, because we have been learning a bit more about Lassus's life this week. And in this kind of tune, this kind of villanelle, or madrigals, they basically would rehearse and work on them in musical salons. And that basically just means someone's house. So normally someone's house who has a lot of space. And the kind of aristocracy or the rich people of Antwerp and also Rome. Lassus lived in Rome in his early 20s, and then later was in Antwerp, and then later on was in Munich. But particularly in Rome, there were these kind of musical salons where people would meet, and it would be composers like Lassus, but also poets and writers and probably actors would meet up, kind of like we're doing this week, 450 plus years later. So people would meet up, get together, and Lassus would be like, oh, I've had this great idea for a little song, and here's this amazing tune I thought of. Dun dun dun, doo doo dun 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 dun. And then someone else might say, oh, well, should we think of a text for the first section of that song? And so the thing would kind of be devised as a group, which we've been drawing from this week, basically. So what it means that in this chorus, we could potentially do some improvisation. So the first thing we're going to do is, I'm going to ask, I said to you in the back row, I'm going to ask my lovely back row to just sing the chorus as normal. So just once we're going to hear the chorus as normal, feel free to sing along. Here we go, normal chorus, going now.
Dum dum dum, dee dee dum 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 dum, dee dee dum 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 dum.
Lovely. And for the front row, we're going to think about this rhythm, which is the dum dum dum, deary deary. You know the rhythm by now. And why don't we try just singing whatever notes we want to next? So it could just be dum dum dum, deary deary dum 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 dum, something like that. But you have heard a few different versions, so anything you want. I mean, the idea of us teaching improvisation is a ridiculous oxymoron, because you can't teach improvisation in that you're never going to make a mistake. So whatever you do in improvisation is completely correct. So don't be shy. We're just going to try singing that rhythm, and then just put the sheet music there, my friend. Try singing that rhythm, and then just like singing whatever notes you want. It's very easy for us to get stuck behind a piece of paper, but that's not where the music is. So let's, should we try that front row while the back row do their thing? Okay, and going now.
Dum dum dum, dee dee dum dum dum.
Lovely, so back row carry on doing the normal thing, okay, and we'll carry on doing our crazy thing. One more time, and up.
Dum dum dum, dee dee dum 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 dum. Dum dum dum, dee dee dum 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 dum.
And actually, that sounded really cool. I thought that was really nice. Should we try the same thing just for the front row and the back row, just so you get another chance at home? Do feel free to go for it. Please don't be shy, because this is your time to do it. So, front row sing the harmony, back row do your thing. And going now.
Dum dum dum, dee dee dum 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 dum. Dum dum dum, dee dee dum 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 dum.
Yeah, and actually So I hope you enjoyed that at home. Why don't we try going into... Okay, so that's the first thing we can do in terms of the improvisation chorus. And there is another few steps, but let's just try that with... Maybe should we do verse 2? Going into a chorus. And in the chorus, maybe back row do your thing, and front row do the harmony and tristan, and then we'll swap around maybe for the next verse. So here's our verse 2. I think, do you know what? We might put the text of the English translation of the text on your screens. So here we go. This is from Ti Prego, so bar 24, verse 2. There's a C. Ti Prego, and 1, and. Ti prego, m'ascoltare, che mi cantaremo. Ti prego, m'ascoltare, che mi cantaremo. E mi ti So the next thing we can do in terms of our improvisation, and basically giving you a framework to improvise around, which you'll be doing next week as well with Amanita's session, is that we don't actually have to stick to the rhythm. So this is the next thing. It's like, should we stick with don 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 for now? But again, you can choose long notes, don don, or you can do don 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 don. Easy now. But yeah, should we try that? So just to give you a flavour, and feel free to do it with us. Back row harmony, front row do a thing, and going now. Don, 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 dee, don, 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 dee, don, don, don. Okay, let's hear what back row have for us now. So completely front row, and swap round and go. Don, 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 dee, dee, don, 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 dee, dee, don, don, don. Yes, I like where that took us. Should we try going into? Let's try going from chorus 2. So again, feel now more free to start showing your personality and annoy your neighbours / entertain your neighbours with your gorgeous singing, please. And don't be shy. Don't be shy. I want to hear it through the medium of the YouTube, which I don't know if it's possible. So should we go from chorus 2, and then we'll go into verse 3, and then do the same thing on chorus 3. All right. So here we go. In fact, I'm just going to let you start. Okay, so straight on the chorus, and 1. Dum dum dum, dee dum dum dum. Front row improvise on the first chorus we're about to do, back row in the second. Sorry. And same thing, go now. Dum dum dum, dee dum 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 dum, dee dum dum dum. We've lost it! Sorry, we lost it. We're carrying on now from Kamandara to put different texts in. And we could do that. Let's just do that with one other chorus. So we'll take a chorus, and then this time we might think a little bit more about either you can do complete nonsense syllables, as you've kind of already heard, or we could think about the actual text of the piece, which I know I haven't talked about at all. There's a lot to talk about with that, so I think about how I'm going to do that. So maybe we'll do like a little bit of slide sharing to show you a bit about the piece now. But we'll try. Maybe we could think about the fact that this first line of text, "Ma mia cara," mi follere canzone. Anyone who speaks Italian better than me will know that this kind of sounds a bit odd and weird because there isn't actually a word that is Madonna. It sounds very similar to Madonna. And the idea is this is a kind of musical joke from Lassus in that he's taken this text but made it very bad Italian. So it's basically meant to be like a German soldier trying to speak Italian to woo this person and kind of failing. So Madonna has no meaning, and also follere has no real meaning in Italian today as well, which is the fourth word in the first verse. And it also sounds a bit similar to a very naughty word. And I'm not gonna go there on this PG-rated video. So if we're thinking of what that text means, we're going to say maybe like, "My lady, my love," and something like, "I will sing you a song. My lady, my love, I will sing you a song." Something like that. So you can use kind of that feeling, but in an English text, which we've been doing much better than now with Amanita this week. And you might see a bit of that in the future videos. So let's try. Should we try that? Improvise around the chorus, and we'll maybe use like a bit of English text, and we'll do it for a bit longer so we get a bit better sense of it. So maybe back line, do your harmony, front line, do your thing. We'll just do a little bit of our own English text if we do it. And going now. Again at home, keep doing a thing. Front line, do the harmony, back line, do the thing. And going now. Great work at home. Gorgeous singing, everybody. Thank you so much for today. Next week, same time, we'll have Amanita's session, which is a circle jam, which we're really, really excited about. So looking forward for you to meeting her, and tune in same time next week.